If you are still blowing your trading accounts, if you are doing FOMO trading, revenge trading, if you're trading out of control, if you just can't make your trading work, then this is the right webinar for you. Watch this to the end because I'm going to help you today. When you are still losing at trading, the pain isn't about the money you've lost. The pain is about the hours you've lost, the time you've spent, the time you've committed to learning to trade, to learning the charts, to learning new strategies. And you've missed things. You've missed things with friends, with family, with important people in your lives. And there's a point where you wonder, is this for me? Am I right for this? Should I quit? Now, this is probably one of those points in your life where you're wondering, should I just cut my losses now and quit? See, I was going around in circles trying strategy after strategy. I was looking for the edge, the secret sauce, the edge that would work in the markets. And every time I tested a strategy, I really liked it, but then it just didn't work for me in real-time trading. I just could not make anything work. I was going round and round in circles. And what happened 5 years ago is that I stopped. I said to myself, something has to change. Something is not right. And the moment this happened for me is one morning I was trading Tesla stocks. I used to scalp Tesla stocks on the 2-minute charts. And I had quite a good morning, actually. When I saw profits, I just grabbed them, and I finished the morning up about 2%, which is quite a lot for an account. I left the morning session feeling really good about myself. I thought, this was it. I've cracked the nut. I understand how to take profits from the market. Fast forward 2 hours, I walked into the room, opened my laptop, and just started taking trades. I obviously lost trade after trade. All my profits from that morning were blown, and then I started revenge trading and I blew the entire account that afternoon. So how did I go from feeling wonderful in the morning, feeling like finally maybe this is possible, to being a complete loser by the afternoon? And that's where I stopped. That's where I said something is not right here, because it didn't matter if I found the right strategy. It didn't matter if I could extract profits from the market. If I had no control over myself, I could never make this work. And I made the decision that day to not quit. I decided to learn how to find control, how to get control over myself. And that was a turning point for me. And what I teach traders now is how to do that, how to get control over yourself. And what I'm actually talking about is emotional regulation. You see, you're taking FOMO trades, you're fear trading, you're revenge trading. These are all things driven by your emotions. And the fact is that until you have emotional regulation, until you can control those emotions, you will never be successful at trading. And so today I want to make you an offer that will get you control over your emotions. My name is Marissa. I'm a full-time trader. I'm a trading coach. I'm a performance coach. I'm a mindset expert. And in 2025, my trading portfolio surpassed $1 million for the first time. The fact is, 95% of traders fail. They fail because they never figure out how to get unstuck. And I'm going to show you how to do that. What I do is a program. It's called the 12900 Coaching Program. What is this? It is a professional development coaching program designed specifically for traders who want to master their emotional regulation, trading psychology, and decision making under pressure. Most traders believe their problem is strategy, but the real issue is emotional regulation. Fear, hesitation, revenge trading, overtrading, and breaking rules are not knowledge problems. They are nervous system regulation problems. This program is designed to transform how you experience trading emotionally so you can operate from a state of clarity, discipline, and control. Because basically, without emotional regulation, without the control, all you have is chaos. And I bet you know what that feels like when you turn up at your charts and within a few seconds, you're confused, you're overwhelmed, your heart's racing, you think there's a trade, then you're not sure, then it runs without you, then you jump in, then it takes you out, then you enter somewhere good, then your stop loss is hit, and then it runs in your favor, and you just can't seem to get it right. It always feels like this one will work, this one will work, and before you know it, you've blown another account. This program is not for everyone, and I want to be really clear about that. This is for traders who are tired of going around in circles. You've had enough, but you want trading to work. You're committed to your trading success, and you're willing to put in the work. This is not a get-rich-quick exercise. I will not make you profits overnight. I will not make you a millionaire overnight. So it's really important that you understand that this is not for everyone. When you do my program, you are going to be the trader who can trade any strategy. Now, let's say you've tested your strategy. It's got a 70% win rate. You are going to be the trader who can trade that strategy and extract a 70% win rate. That's what this gives you, because the investment is worth it when you will be the trader who has confidence in themselves, who trusts themselves, who trusts their strategy, and can just follow the rules. Imagine that. Because in 6 months' time, that's the trader you can be. You can be a trader that is following their strategy. Now, when you start trading like that, you will grow your equity curve. You'll still have losses. That's how it works. You'll still have drawdowns. That is the business. But you won't be blowing accounts, you won't be out of control, and you won't be spinning your wheels. When you have emotional regulation, when you are actually in control of your emotions, you can follow your trading rules. You can follow any trading rules. It actually opens up such a huge door for your future success that it's almost hard to put a price on it. Now, here's exactly how it works. Together, we complete 12 hours of private one-to-one coaching delivered across 8 to 10 sessions depending on how long each session is. Each session is spaced 2 to 3 weeks apart, and the entire program runs over 4 to 6 months. We follow a 4-phase process designed to progressively reshape how you think, decide, and perform as a trader. But here's where the real magic happens. The transformation doesn't actually happen during the coaching sessions. It happens between them. Between sessions, something powerful begins to occur. The conversations we have trigger deep realizations about how your psychology actually works. You start noticing patterns you were previously blind to. You begin questioning beliefs that used to feel automatic. And those insights don't just stay in the session, they follow you into everyday life. You'll find yourself thinking about them while driving, while walking, while brushing your teeth. Sometimes you'll reflect intentionally, journaling, reviewing trades, or thinking through the ideas we discussed. But often the most powerful changes happen when you're not consciously trying to work on it at all. Your brain continues processing. It starts connecting dots. It begins building new neural pathways, new ways of interpreting situations, making decisions, and regulating your emotions. And this is how real psychological change actually happens. Not in a single breakthrough moment, but through hundreds of small realizations accumulating over time. Sometimes it even happens at 3 a.m. when you suddenly wake up and a completely new insight clicks into place. That's why this program unfolds over several months, because transforming trading psychology cannot happen overnight. It doesn't come from a single piece of advice or one powerful session. It comes from ongoing insight, reflection, and integration. And across those months, something remarkable happens. You may spend only 12 hours inside coaching sessions, but the real transformation is happening during the 900 hours between those sessions. That's where the real work happens. That's where the real change occurs. And that's the true power of coaching like this. How do the 4 phases of this course work? Well, the first phase is we understand who you are, where you're at, what is going on with you. Again, this is different for everyone, and this is why we have to do this through private coaching sessions, because it's so specific to you. And it's very important that I understand what's really going on. So this requires conversation. It requires me asking you questions. And sometimes the answer isn't always obvious. We need to dive deep into this. I kind of call it like peeling an onion. I need to really, really understand where you're at. Now, I call that the current state analysis. Once we have that, we can look at where do you want to go? What is the future state we need to get to? And the gap between that is called the gap analysis. And that is what I am trained to take you through. I am trained to take you from A to B, but we need to understand what A is, what B is, and then I have the skills to help you transform so that you get from A to B. Athletes, CEOs, executives have coaches. This is how coaching works. It's actually a process, and I'm trained to do this. I am trained to help people have transformative change, and I specialize in doing this for traders. And I've actually kept this at a very reasonable cost because I don't want cost to be the barrier. But at the same time, I'm a trader. I only have so many hours in my day and I cannot work with everyone. So I can only work with people who are willing to invest in themselves, willing to show up, and willing to put something on the line. If you are tired of blown accounts, you're tired of FOMO trading, revenge trading, you're just tired of the chaos, and you want to have a trading career, you want to prove everyone around you right, that you can be successful at this, then the path to that success is through emotional regulation. And that's what my course will give you. That if you're willing to be open, you're willing to learn, you're willing to look at yourself, you're willing to talk to me about where you're at and what's going on, I can help you get control over these emotions so that you can start to become a profitable, consistent, confident trader that you've always wanted to be.